but. Here we go. Does that mean it's time?
Yeah.
Call the meeting to order. And I would say we have a quorum. And first up is approve the minutes, July 15 to 2024.
Yeah, I have one question, and it's actually a statement from Tom Dexter, and since he's on Zoom, he can help me with it. You stated that the Corby piece has been modified, it's not deeded. It is extended into a property that is permissible. Permissible is what I'm confused about, from Trim Lane by about 50 feet. Are you saying it's separated from Trim Lane by 50 feet, or? What is?
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Guess we could hear you, Tom.
We could hear you,
Yes.
but now we can't.
Oh, okay. How about now?
Oh, now, we got you.
Okay. It extends, if you look at the map, lot 4 was drawn into lot 3. Lot 3 that he had on there, if you make it a rectangle, was a legal, legally accessible from Trim Lane. Lot 4 is not, or the original lot 4, it was kind of jutted into lot 3, which makes that part illegal.
Okay, so it's just what you're saying is that lot 4 is not a part of the original Sunset subdivision.
Absolutely correct.
Okay, thank you. So I'm not quite sure.
Well,
Clarify
isn't this
that.
all been joined together as one piece of property, though?
I know, it's just trying to
So
understand.
old
what-
lines don't matter.
I
Well,
know.
Lot 4 had been sold before
But
Sunset
we're not,
Acres was
we just
approved.
don't even need to get into
Yeah,
this.
yeah.
It's just, I'm trying to clarify the minutes.
yeah.
That's all.
Okay.
It doesn't make sense about permissible, so.
Okay, I'll try to reword that.
Yeah.
Not permissible, but accessible.
Correct.
Mhm.
Lot 4, as it was original, the
It's not-
Joan Corby lot was not accessible from Trim Lane legally. It was specifically excluded.
Okay, so it's not accessible. All right.
Well, you can't say lot 4 now because that little piece that they had on paper drawn into lot 3, I don't think there's any markers put in. That little tiny piece would be accessible.
Well, at this time, we're not bringing it, well, we're still working with the minutes. Thank you.
Okay.
So if I just change that one word, does that make better
Yeah.
sense? Okay,
Thank you.
I will do that.
Anything else?
The part that you changed or it's penciled in on the last page, the CEO report, do we have to say anything about that?
Yeah, I caught that after I printed these and I did change it on my draft.
Okay.
Okay, so. Here are the other copies of the minutes that we can see as well.
Once they're finalized. Oh, so,
I have one question.
move that the minutes of July 15th are
There's another question.
are approved.
Hang on.
Are approved with amendments.
Second,
Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
aye.
Any opposed, say nay. Sir,
I just have a question about the minutes. Will the red letters that we had submitted last week be recorded as part of, read into the minutes? So they're part of the minutes.
I'll scan them when I do the final minutes. I'll
Okay.
scan them all together and post them online
Okay.
on the webpage.
answered?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Set that aside. Now, I'd like to make a motion, we take the agenda out of order and go to development review, the Losi property. Anybody,
Second,
any discussion?
no one's here for,
Just,
Seymour's.
we're just gonna. This, not that I know of, but that doesn't matter right now. Motion made, seconded, discussion. All in favor, say aye. Any opposed, say nay. All right,
One, Bill, we didn't establish a quorum.
I did,
Oh, you did?
already, yeah.
He's fast.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry.
Right after right before the minutes and right after calling the meeting to order.
Okay, sorry.
All right. Development review ordinance, David and Joan Losi, map 31, lot 5E, application MD 0124, subdivide the lot into 4 parcels. I move we table this as we have not received the information we've asked for. We table it to the next meeting.
Second,
Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, say nay. Now I make a motion to return to the agenda as written.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor, say aye. Aye.
Thank you.
Not gonna stick around.
Well, you're not gonna go into.
No, we're not.
But, and I appreciate everything you do for the town.
Take care. All right, land use ordinance, A, Nicholas Seymour, Deborah Owen, map 42, lot 7, application LU 30-24, excuse me. Little dyslexia kicking in there. To construct a pier, ramp and float and to stabilize the shoreline. I understand we had a site review.
Yeah,
Yeah, you should all have a copy of the.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I didn't get a copy.
here you go. All right, well.
Sorry, I thought I gave it.
all the setbacks were met.
Yes.
And we also have in my hand, in your hands too,
Yeah.
a letter from Earl McKenzie saying he's reviewed the location and is in approval. We missing anything else on that one? No, that was it. It was just those 2 things.
For this application.
No, not that I know of.
So,
So I move that application. LU 30-24 is complete.
I'll second. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, say nay. All right, there's that.
You have to do public, hearing.
Say again.
You have to move on a public hearing.
No.
we'll just have to say.
You
Yeah.
can, not necessary.
Okay, I move a public hearing is not necessary for application LU 30-24.
I'll second. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, say nay. Now I think we're on to approval, are we not?
Yeah, I move, the board approves application LU 30-24.
Second it.
Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, say nay. That's a single signature, correct?
Yes.
Correct.
And that's one permit that they need for that erosion that they have.
Oh, yeah, that was
That you could fall off their deck right down.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know.
It's
Oh,
pretty
yes, it is.
startling.
It's
That's
crazy.
definitely in need of stabilization.
Yeah, or moving the house back. I don't
Yeah. I think that's what they call a pre-existing condition.
know, but oh my gosh.
It looks like the house is on a big ledge, but on either side, it's.
Not a good location.
All right, so is that one, we're ready to move on, is that correct? New business?
Yeah.
And we don't have any new business by the looks of things. Other business, CEO report we have in front of us.
What is it Babbage, is it seawall repair?
Yes.
Looks like seawall repair.
I couldn't figure out what that.
Yeah, sorry. Maybe I should start typing these out.
A doctor in your former life?
Uh-huh.
No. That's easy enough to read.
Yeah, there's quite a deck on the temple house.
You keep it on the computer.
And
Well, I'm assuming there's all this work going on the house, the pier. Oh, yeah,
What's that now?
the deck on the,
McDougal? Yeah.
Yeah. That's.
Okay.
Story, yeah.
things are still happening. People wishing to address the planning board.
Well, we've moved from topics I was hoping to learn more about, but who are the people who are helpful about, previous situations in the town about land abandonment and also undocumented land on the island? Who is knowledgeable about these situations, and where can I find records?
I am not sure of that
Marshall
answer.
Cove
I'm-
is supposed to have been recorded by the town clerk, and there should be records somewhere.
You'd have to go to the town and ask them, and then you might wanna ask, the ex-CEO that was here for years and years and years. He might be able to help you, I don't know for sure.
Where they get the deeds from too, might be where the deeds are.
The
Waldo
assessor,
County.
Belfast,
the
yeah,
Right.
assessor would know.
They've got records, but we're supposed to also keep records, especially if it's a town road that was abandoned. It's a long process. And there's supposed to be records and notice that all of the
well,
abutters
the best
receive.
thing is to talk to the town.
And who do I talk to? Because I haven't found any help yet. In 2 years of trying to figure this out, including talking to Vern. So that was quite a while ago. So who do you recommend I speak to learn about it? And
There was a town roads committee at one time.
Janet
still
is,
is.
Janet is the road commissioner.
Road commissioner.
it's not helpful. She says, talk to the select board. The select board says, talk to Janet. Dave says, talk to somebody else, but I don't know anything about anything. So who do we learn about and try to do things correctly and by Maine statutes? Like who knows?
Well, you wanna talk about Maine statutes, you look up paper roads, they no longer exist. They're not there.
After 20 years.
After 20 years, if they're not used, they're not even there.
Yeah.
And if they're on our maps, they don't need to be.
I know.
Well, then isn't our town process to divide it down the middle to the
I don't
abutters?
know what the
I
town's
don't
office is.
necessarily the
Legal
town process.
statute.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right, but the
That's-
town, I think it's
That,
clarify
that,
your deed.
that would be a boundary dispute.
It's not on anybody's deed. It's non-documented land.
I don't know what to tell you. We got,
What I'm told by the tax assessors, we are taxed to the middle of our abutting roads.
Yeah, so that's the
If,
paper road.
if I'm being taxed to the middle of my abutting roads,
Yeah.
whether they truly exist or they're on a subdivision map, Maine statute says that ownership goes to me.
So you need to work out with a surveyor to have them, maybe even talk to attorney about how you go about making it part of your property. It's
Oh, what-
outside the purview of the planning board in the town.
So isn't it outside of the purview to just okay a plan that is going that way without documentation? The
if he
David
gives us,
Losey-
and he's given us deeds. Now, are we gonna sit there and study every one of the deeds? and see where, what's what, you're welcome to look at those deeds.
So I would like to see the deed that covers the.
They've been turned in
road
here, they're part of public record, are they not?
In question,
Yeah, they'll rescan.
and then I can bring that to your attention, that being part of the
I
process.
think it's all going back to the original subdivision in Trim Lane.
That's what's
And
still on our
I
assessor map.
think still, if you wanna own that 25 feet, you probably need to talk to an attorney to ask them how you go about clarifying ownership at this time.
And she has to get her own surveyor. We're not gonna pay for
No,
a surveyor.
No.
Right.
Attorney, yeah, yeah.
So just, I've spent a lot of time reading deeds, okay? They can be very complicated, all right? And there's a reason you hire attorneys. We are not attorneys and we can't play attorney. So it sounds like you may need to talk to an attorney and get it surveyed, but talk to an attorney first about where you go about trying to get this 25 feet if that's what you're looking for.
Well, so as I'm looking at Maine statutes, we do have
Not
responsibility in
attorneys.
the town. The town has records.
Maybe the town has records. I don't
You'll
know.
always need an attorney at the end of the day, though, for this. You will.
It's
will.
not something I can afford. So people who can't afford it get ripped off in our town, like
We,
that's.
we
something-
can't help that if
that's
you can't
okay.
afford it.
Yeah.
Well, but there are town processes of development, planning and roads that we're not following.
You
And
will,
so we do need to look at it as a town. Things are going on
All
that
right,
aren't part of legal process.
you figure out how to get it all worked out and get us straightened
Yeah,
out
let us know.
probably, because we're
Okay,
doing the
but
best we can
I'd
with what
like
we've
to see
got.
the deeds that show the ownership of that road.
They are public record.
So where do I look them up? That's what is not
Ask
there.
the town.
And
I
also
can make
authority.
I can make copies of what Mr. Losi has provided
Yeah.
in his
Deeds, okay.
application.
All right,
And
They're
I know,
not
like,
scanned yet.
Somewhere where did the Sunset Acres or some Sunset Acres subdivision map come from? Who provided that copy?
and we've
Already.
gotten it several times from Waldo. Put it
So
in
that's
his drawer
where
and
you
it
go to.
disappears.
And that's where Waldo, go to Waldo.
We've gone there many times.
That's where it could become your home, but.
I don't want it to, but when we put the records here and they disappear, that's the problem. We've done that many times. Here's the map. Is it in there now? Probably not.
you're saying
So-
probably, you don't know, and you're accusing the town of
Can
something
somebody
that
go find
probably.
it? Can somebody go find it? Cause I look now and once again, we replaced it several times.
One,
So-
I wouldn't know where to look to find it.
The tax maps?
Yes,
Yeah,
well, this
it's-
is the
it's not-
original subdivision, which is the one we
But
still
the
go
original,
by.
the original subdivision was disbanded how many years ago?
It's not disbanded. It's still what the record that's in our town tax assessor map. It's still what I pay taxes on. It's not disbanded.
Okay,
It's still as,
I'm done fighting about this and arguing about it. We've given you information where to go to get what you're looking for. And that's as far as we can go.
I thank you, Carrie, for giving me the deeds, but it's really discouraging.
Correspondence, we don't have any that I know of. We have committee reports.
Well, we had a harbor committee meeting and they talked about, GPSing all the moorings out there. And dock work that needs to be done at, Gilkey Harbor.
Okay,
And also about kids jumping off the railing at,
Mosley,
at Seal,
Seal Harbor,
yeah,
Mosley's.
which I've caught 2 kids already.
Isn't
since
there a
then.
sign down there saying something about that?
Yep, they have a sign, but
I
they're
know,
kids,
it's
they
like
don't abide by
a
it.
speed limit sign, Gil. It's like-
It's a
so much
40-year-old
fun.
problem, that one.
Yeah.
We still have all of the 40-year-old problems.
But that's about much what we talked about.
Yeah, I guess I'm not really a planning board representative on the Sea Level Rise Committee, but that is progressing along in terms of decision making. So,
Well, maybe we should appoint you for it then.
I'm not appointing anybody anything. I am not on any other committees than this one right here, so. I don't appoint
You want
anybody.
the airport committee?
Yeah.
No, I'm not on the airport committee.
Yeah, what's going on at the airport?
I have no idea.
I
I'm
have
not
no
on
idea,
it.
we've never met.
Yeah. Somehow or another, I got roped into this, so.
Yeah, I know.
All right, additional business. We lost Cressica as a possible, alternative. But I have approached Trevor Blackbird about filling the slot, so, unless somebody has any other nominees, I'd like to submit
Is he the tree guy?
the tree guy.
No.
Oh, that's Trevor.
That's Trevor Dakers, you think?
Dakers.
Who is,
Trevor Blackford is the guy, probably is a kid to me, right? He was the gentleman that came in one night when we were having our original discussion on the Losi property. Because he is a butter down
He's
there,
in Lot 7,
something. I don't know what
right at the
block it
beginning
is.
of Trim Lane, yeah.
Yeah, I think he's the first house
Oh, yeah.
in there.
Now granted, I think he would be wise to recuse himself from something like this.
Yes.
Right, and it's been done before.
Yeah,
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 oh, good.
but I would submit his name to the select board if nobody has any objections.
He's definitely interested.
Definitely interested,
Maybe have.
and he's even got approval from his wife.
That's a hurdle.
That's a hurdle. And some of us it is, all right? Some people it is a hurdle.
And he's been to one meeting.
He sat in on partial, is what he did. He sat in on partial,
He was also recently appointed to the IMB committee.
which is again, I can't remember. I have all these acronyms.
Algebra Municipal Broadband.
Oh,
And he's active with the Energy Hub.
Sure. Yeah.
have his fingers in all the pies.
he sounds useful.
All right, so we'll
He
submit
got that
Blackford
new
to
resident
the
syndrome.
select board.
Oh, yeah.
We don't need to vote on that, do we?
If you
Or
want
it's only
to,
one person?
you can vote if you want to, why not?
Yeah,
Well-
we probably should.
Okay,
Vote
Unless we
on,
wanna have him come and give a spiel, but.
yeah, we would need
But
it,
maybe.
right? So
you
we
want to?
vote?
You want him to come in?
Usually that's what
Yeah.
happens.
Okay,
Yeah,
'Cause I
sit
forgot.
through at least one meeting.
okay. Well, I'll invite him to one meeting.
We can maybe ask him some questions.
I'll let him know that's one of the requirements. That he's gotta come in and sit down and be
Say
grilled,
hi.
be grilled.
How long has he lived here?
How long has he lived here? I don't know how many years he's been out here. I think they just bought the property that they're on, because I think they were renting it before. So how long have they been out here? I don't know the answer to that. How long have they owned out here? Might be a year or two.
That fresh blood.
Survived a winter of getting up and down that road.
Oh, that's
I can't imagine that.
Yeah, yeah.
I was hauling wood out of that road and, I had to push my son-in-law, who was pulling the trailer of wood. I had to push him up the hills because it was so bad.
I believe it.
Yeah. Of course, he was driving where everybody drives, so it was slick ice. I got off to the shoulder a bit and got onto the soft snow and the dirt. But it was bad. You definitely need a four-wheel drive down there, I think.
Mhm.
All right. I'll talk to Trevor and have him come into a meeting and stick around to the end where we get into additional business area.
Great.
All right, we're at adjournment of meeting.
Second.
I didn't make a motion.
Oh,
I'll make the motion, we adjourn the meeting.
second.
Any discussion? All in favor, say aye. Any opposed, say nay.
So I wanna say nay, it's like nay.